So once again, we are really excited to be sharing with you some different tools that you can have in your back pocket to help you relieve stress, to help you feel better when you're not feeling so great. So give me a wave or a thumbs up if you've ever heard of EFT or tapping. Oh, nice. Awesome. And how about Reiki? Oh, good, good. And how about VitaFlex or multi-reflexology? Okay, cool. Yeah, I had never heard of those either until I met Maya, and I've been learning a ton of new things from her. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with some EFT tapping. So Gianna is going to tell us a little bit about her work as an EFT practitioner and how EFT has helped her and why she's excited to share EFT with us today. Okay, so Gianna, you want to get started?
Yeah. So good morning, everybody. So my name is Gianna Burke, and I'm an EFT master practitioner. And about 7 years ago, I was going through a parent coach training, and I learned about limiting beliefs. And so I realized I had a ton of limiting beliefs, and they wanted us in the parent coaching program when we were going through with clients to help them release the limiting beliefs. And so I got really good at figuring out what my limiting beliefs were and what my clients were. But the process that they gave me to release them, I didn't feel like it was very effective. And so at the same time, actually an administrator at our school introduced me to EFT. I went online, I found some videos, and I started tapping with my kids. And I remember my husband being like, that looks so weird. What are you guys doing? But I started incorporating it into my practice, and I just found that even for just myself or working with clients, it just eliminated the blocking beliefs or the childhood trauma or anything I was working on with clients so much more effectively than the process I had been taught. And so I waited a few years, and then I became certified level 1 and 2. And then just this last January, I finished up my level 3 master practitioner training. And I loved it so much and felt like it was made such a huge difference in my life, letting go of childhood trauma and beliefs and negative thought patterns that I had inherited over my life, that that now I love working one-on-one with people, and then in groups like this, because I think it's so effective. So yeah, that's how I came to EFT.
Awesome. So can you walk us through a demonstration for tapping to help us with?
Okay, I thought we were all
with stress. Okay.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna say, I've noticed a lot of, right now people have a lot of big emotions and things like that. And I know sometimes with EFT, we focus on the negative, and that's like, I don't want to like come on here and be the Debbie Downer, but it's so powerful to work in a group and to, studies have shown it helps reduce cortisol by 42, 43% when we're tapping in a group. So I know collectively, everybody is really stressed. I notice a lot of people living in fear of the world, fear of powers that be, fear that other people aren't safe, and things like that. So I wanted to do a tapping just to help everybody kind of release any energy that's not their own, because we can take on other people's thoughts and other people's energy, and we can get overwhelmed by that. But if we read that, so that we can listen to our own inner guidance and our own intuition, and kind of be centered in our own selves without outer influences, and sending our energy to thoughts and feelings and beliefs that aren't that are kind of depleting us and lowering our immune system than ones that are lifting us up. So so if everybody will just follow along with me here on the side of your hands. You just use your fingers really gently, and we're gonna, I'm gonna say 3 phrases, and then you're gonna repeat after me the phrases. And then once we've repeated those 3 phrases, we will go through the tapping points, and I'll just quickly show you. They're here on the inside of the eye, outside of the eye, under the nose, under the mouth, here on the collarbone, underneath right here, which is sort of where your bra is. I like to do the back of the neck and the top of the head. And these are the energy systems that run through your body that are used in acupuncture and acupressure. And so we get blocks in our energy system, and by tapping on them and focusing on the things that are weighing us down, then we can release them. So think about maybe right now how overwhelmed you feel, or how stressed you feel, or how afraid you are, or any big feelings that you're having, and give it a number on a scale of 0 to 10. 10 being like so strong and so stressful, and then 0 being really neutral. And so think about what your number is, and there's no wrong or right. So just whatever is the first number that comes to your mind. Like if it's a 7, just go with it. And just hold on to that number, and at the end, we'll see where your number is. So here on the side of the hand, I'm going to say, even though I have all of these big feelings,
I have all of these big feelings.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
And even though I feel so overwhelmed
I feel so overwhelmed
about all of these big feelings
about
all of these feelings
of stress and fear and loneliness,
and
loneliness.
I know that I'm doing the best that I can.
I know that I'm doing
the best that I can.
And even though
though
I have such a hard time sometimes
I have such a
hard time sometimes.
feeling overwhelmed
feeling
overwhelmed
by all of these big feelings,
by
by
all
all these
the big feelings.
and I can feel it in my body
and
I can feel
my
it in
body
my body
as tightness.
as
tightness.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I
deeply and completely accept myself.
And I forgive myself
And I
forgive myself
and anybody else who led me to believe this to be true.
and anybody
else
who led me to believe this was true.
But inside of the eye, all of this overwhelm.
all of this overwhelmed.
Side of the eye, I just have so many big feelings.
I just have so many
big feelings.
Under the eye, and I feel it in my body.
and I
And I
feel
feel it in my body.
Under the nose, all of these big feelings.
all of these
All of these big feelings.
feelings
Under the chin of stress,
Of stress,
collarbone of overwhelm.
of overwhelm,
Under the arm of sadness,
of sadness,
back of the neck of fear,
of fear,
of fear,
all of these big feelings.
all of these big feelings.
I'm willing to release everything that isn't serving me.
I'm willing to release everything
anything that is not serving me.
Inside of the eye, releasing all of these big feelings.
releasing
all of these big feelings.
Side of the eye, releasing all of this stress.
All of it.
releasing
All of
all
this stress.
stress,
Under the eye, releasing all of these fears.
Releasing
releasing all of these fears,
Under the nose, releasing all of this tightness in my body.
releasing
releasing all of this tightness in my body,
Under the chin, releasing all of these overwhelming feelings.
releasing all of the overwhelming feelings,
Collarbone, releasing everything that is not serving me.
releasing everything that is not serving.
Under the arm, releasing all of this stress and overwhelm.
Releasing all of the stress and overwhelm.
overwhelmed,
Good. Back of the neck, releasing all of these big feelings that are not serving me.
Releasing all of these.
that are not serving me.
Top of the head, releasing anything and everything that is not in my highest good.
Releasing
Releasing anything and everything that is not in my highest good.
Okay, now I like to brush it out. And I like to take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. So we'll do the first one in through your nose, out through your mouth. Second one in through your nose, out through your mouth. Third one in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. So now I want you guys to do a check-in. Like, what was your number before? And think about what your number is now. Did your number go down? Did you start to feel more stressed because something, like you had a revelation about something? Like, where are you at now? Anybody go? Does anybody want to share? Yeah, Joanne.
I was in a great place, and then my 4-year-old daughter came and interrupted me, so I kind of lost it.
So you're feeling more stressed now, or you're feeling like you didn't get the time you needed to focus on yourself?
Yeah, I just feel like I didn't get the time. I do feel a release because I'm very in tune with all of this, and I love it. So it was just a moment of interruption, and I got shaken up. But no, I feel I was about a 7-8, and now I'm probably like a 4 or 5.
Also, no, it's completely normal to cry when you're releasing. So part of that could be too, that when you're releasing. I know for me, I burp, which I'm not a burper typically, but I felt myself burp, which is like so funny. So yeah, crying, laughing, burping, getting sleepy, getting cold, all those are like completely normal bodily functions when we're releasing energy that's like stuck in our energetic body. So yeah, so that's good. And I saw that, is it Preeti? Is that how I say it? Preeti, she said that she,
Yes.
yeah. So it's really good.
Awesome.
So, Dawn, do we have more time to go one more round, or we need to move on?
Yeah, I think so. I think we can go one more round.
Okay. Do you guys want to do one more round?
Does anybody feel that instead, like a one particular emotion that's kind of the biggest right now? Like, is it worry, fear, anxiety? Or is it just kind of like you don't really know what it is because it's just everything?
Probably just the unknown, I feel.
Yeah,
just
unknown.
Which can capture everything you're saying. It's just being open and realizing that it's the unknown, and there's nothing we can do except enjoy each moment until we know.
Yes. Yeah. Worry about the unknown. That's very,
Right.
very, very
And
real.
And I've noticed a lot of like just me tuning into the energy of what feels like it's going on. To me, it feels like a lot of fear that the world is not safe. It's sort of like all encompassing with like, I don't know, for me, that's what it feels like. Cause that's a big, yeah. So like fear of the unknown, is that kind of what you're saying? Yeah.
Yeah, just worrying like with school next year for kids and, you know, what'll be mandated and
Right.
just everything opening and just trying to just not do the worrying and just know it'll all be fine.
Okay. Okay. We can focus on that. So everybody, I'm sure we all have, yeah, fear of the unknown.
Yeah. It's the unknown is so much scarier than dealing
It
with.
is than just knowing. You knew
Yeah,
then you wouldn't be worried.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. It's like just releasing that worry and just knowing that everything is going to work out for the highest good, right? It's hard to, you know, we have to get into that place to get to that, you know, let go to get to that place. So even though I have all of these fears
I have all of these fears
of the unknown, I don't know what our life is going to look like in 1 month or 2 months or 3 months or 4 months.
Mm-hmm. Don't know what my life is going to look like in 1 month, 2 months, 3, 4 months.
And I just want answers.
And I just want you
so I can relax.
so I can relax.
Even though
Even though
I feel like I have no control over what's going on.
I feel like I have no control over what's going on.
And I just want answers.
But I just want answers.
I know that I'm doing the best that I can.
I know that I'm doing the best that I can.
And so is everybody else.
And so is everybody.
So is everybody else.
And even though I just want to know what next year is going to look like.
What next year's going to look like.
And no one seems to be able to tell me.
And no one seems to be.
And that brings me a lot of stress and frustration.
Frustration.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Love.
Inside of the I, all of these fears.
All of these fears.
Side of the I, all of these fears of the unknown. Under the I, all of these fears that the world is not safe.
Fears that the world is not safe.
Under the I, all of these big feelings.
All of these big feelings.
Under the chin, swirling around in my head. Because I just want to know. Collarbone. I just want answers. Under the arm, and no one can seem to give me any answers.
And no one can give me any answers.
Back of the neck, and this causes me so much stress.
This causes me so much stress.
Top of the head, all of these big feelings.
All of these big feelings.
Around fear of the unknown. I just want to be able to plan my life.
I just want to be able to plan my life.
And know what it's going to look like. Inside of the eye. I just want to know. Side of the eye, and no one is able to tell me.
And no one is able to tell me.
And that causes me so much stress.
And that causes me so much stress.
Under the eye, all of these big feelings around the unknown.
All these big feelings around the unknown.
Under the nose, all of these big feelings around the unknown.
All these big feelings around
Under the chin, I am willing to release everything that is not serving me. Collarbone, I'm willing to trust that everything will be taken care of.
I'm willing to trust that everything will be taken.
Under the arm, I'm willing to trust that this is all working out for the highest good of everybody involved. Back of the neck, I'm willing to release everything that is not serving me.
I'm willing to release
All of these big feelings of stress, overactive thoughts, fears, top of the head, I'm willing to release everything that is not serving me.
I'm willing to
Brush it out. And we'll do the 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Do our second one. And our third one. How is everybody? How are you guys feeling now?
I think my sinuses just cleared up. I just got a whiff of flowers, like subtle whiff of flowers.
That's
Gina,
awesome.
Gina.
Yeah, you're
I'm
good.
outside right now. I'm in my house.
That's
very
awesome.
Very nice.
Good.
Very comforting.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, so EFT is such a wonderful way, and you guys are going to learn a couple different, we're going to be able to experience a couple different modalities today, which is awesome. I didn't introduce myself in the beginning, and I realized that, and I'm sorry that I didn't, but my name's Dawn Pensack, and I'm also an EFT practitioner. I was trained with Gianna and received my master EFT certification around the same time. So I love EFT, but I also love so many, I love having the option of so many other tools as well. So I'm glad that you guys are all feeling a little bit lighter, a little bit, hopefully a little bit less stressed, maybe a little bit of a clearer mind. A lot of times, my story real quick, I was a 6th grade math teacher for 10 years. And I ended up burning out my last year in the classroom. I got really, really, really sick. And I never, put the pieces together and realized that it was actually chronic stress. You guys, I'm sure, realize the amount of pressure, the amount of stress that teachers are under, right? On a day-to-day basis. And I wasn't taking care of myself. I didn't have any tools. I didn't even realize the importance of managing stress. I thought, okay, if you're feeling okay, you're surviving the day, sleeping well, everything's probably okay. You're probably pretty healthy. And what I didn't realize was that I just had layers and layers of invisible stress that had just been building up and then just exploded into all of these strange symptoms that nobody could really figure out. So after spending over a year with multiple doctors and multiple tests and trying to figure out, what was going on, I realized, I'm like, if nobody's going to be able to figure this out, I'm going to have to figure this out on my own. And it just so happened that was when I discovered EFT. And and actually healed myself really, really quickly, knowing nothing about EFT and having no idea what I was doing. But I was able to really use the tool to help me get my life back, which I am super grateful for. So, all right. So Maya, you want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about you and share some of your awesome tools with us.
Hello, everyone. I'm Maya, and my journey was kind of, I've always been the one as a child that gave everyone massages. And so I kind of fell into going to massage school, and I loved it. And I had some trauma in my life, and I kind of went away from my calling, and sorry, my phone's going off. Did my life and not dealing with my trauma, and came back to it, and came back to massage and body work. And after the birth of my second son is really when I started tapping into the energetic world and knowing that healing doesn't always have to be, it could always look different for everyone, and everyone's healing journey is different, and everyone's modalities that, you know, align with them are all different. So I keep on dabbling in all different types of modalities, and, you know, being able to serve my clients on whichever modalities serve them best for them to get the best results. So I'm going to share with you, I think I'm going to do the drum. I did the drum last week, and that's one of my favorite. It's part of one of the 12 morning massages from multi-reflexology. So multi-reflexology is based on acupuncture and like meridians and energy work. It's a bunch of alternative modalities kind of put together by Dan Chan, and it's he's from Vietnam. So we're going to take our palms of our hands, and you're going to cup them over your ear, and you're going to feel a cupping. And then you're going to take this part, the tips of your fingers, and you're going to go right on the base of your brainstem, and you're going to go back and forth like a drum, okay? I don't know how to make my computer go silent, so I'm sorry. Okay, we're going to cup our ears, and we're going to do it about 30 to 40 times of tapping, like this. You can take a deep breath. And it kind of just helps with your rhythm, the energy that's flowing. Gianna's doing a little neck roll to kind of release.
I could feel when I was doing that, like the need to take a nice deep breath, you know, just kind of like this release, like, good.
Maya, since you taught us this, I was just going to say, since you taught us this this morning, you know, I had to like actually set my alarm and get up, and I was in the kitchen and I was doing that, and I was like, oh, I love this. So thank you so much. I've been using it.
It's one of my favorites. It really is. So when I think of stress, I know for me, a lot of times I'll either gather it like in my neck, my cervical spine, or my shoulders. And, you know, you can get headaches from that. You can, you know, get spasms in your muscles. So there's a few different ways I feel sometimes, or a lot of the times, women carry their stress in their neck and their shoulders. I think we talked about that a little bit last week. So that's a great one to kind of release that stress. You can do it for longer than, you know, 30 or 40 times. And it's great to do with the children too. So headaches. I was thinking about, okay, so sometimes when I get stressed out, I get these headaches, and I know they're from stress, whether I forget to drink my water or it's just how my body is tightening up in my neck. So, VitaFlex. VitaFlex is the tips of your fingers. So it's the pad, tip, nail. So it's a nice roll, and it's not very hard. It's just a very easy roll with your fingers, and it's a charging and release of energy. So we're charging the positive and releasing the negative energy within ourselves and balancing out. So does anybody use essential oils? So it's great. You can use all of the VitaFlex points with the essential oils also, and it just kind of amplifies the VitaFlex, but you can do it plain without essential oils. So I think it would probably be easier for me to show you the sinus one because it's right on our face before we move to our head. So you're going to start out here, kind of where your ear kind of meets right here on both sides. And you're going to do the pad tip nail roll on both sides, and you're going to slowly move towards the center of your nose. And this is great for sinuses. And then you can start again.
It's kind of a funny movement.
Very awkward.
It's
It
hard.
is. And I always have my elbows out when I'm doing it, just so that you really get that roll of your, yeah. And you're just more or less rolling your fingertips on. Yeah. Just your fingertips, like that. And if you had any congestion, it kind of will help alleviate. If you have a sinus issue or anything, you can use like eucalyptus. You can just be careful with that because it's by your eyes. And if you do happen to get any essential oils in your eye, use a carrier oil to flush it out. Don't ever put water on it. You can do peppermint, you can do eucalyptus, depending on what you use. As far as oils goes, they always have like some sort of a eucalyptus blend or a sinus relief one. So for headaches, this one's pretty simple. You can just, this is part of multi-reflexology's morning massages. You can just take your fingernails and you're just going to be raking right all the way down from the top of your hairline down. And you just do little sections at a time, and it's just a slow,
Does this also
kind of waking
help,
up your hair follicles.
does this also help you release stress? Your body release stress
Yes.
by doing this?
Yep, absolutely.
It feels good.
It does. All right.
Awesome. Oh, that felt nice. That felt good. I've had a lot of people lately say, you know, we're so disconnected. We're so isolated and separated for many of us. And there's so many people who don't have, you know, they're not living with somebody. They don't have, you know, a spouse or a partner or kids. So they're like really completely alone. There's no touch. There's no nothing. Some of them don't even have animals, you know? So lately I've had a lot of people say that the tapping, you know, because I've been doing, you know, lives and different Zoom meetings and different groups throughout this whole, you know, isolation period. But they're like, the tapping is actually fulfilling that need, you know, for human connection, for touch, you know, especially for people who their love language is physical touch, you know, their first or their second love language. This is like torture. you know, they are really, really struggling with this isolation and just not even being able to give somebody a high five, you know, or a hug. So I loved this, you know, movement here, because it just feels good. You know, it feels good to have
It
that
does.
connection, you know, to have that touch. So that's awesome. Now with the hand, is this something that you would suggest people do like on a regular basis? Is there like, what's the significance of
That
the
was
VitaFlex on the
hand.
hand?
I was just showing you more or less where, like, how to do it on an easy
Okay.
surface. You could do it on your arm like that. But there are reflex points on your body, on your hand for your body. Does anybody want to share like a physical thing that they're having that we could do a reflex point for? I will.
Has anybody been feeling very angry lately? Like very angry that this is just like life right now? No. Okay. A little bit? Okay.
So
Maya, actually, we have a program called the Holistic Sisterhood Community, and Maya, our last month's theme was flexibility. And Maya did this really awesome training for the group on being flexible with your emotions and allowing your body to process anger. And it was really interesting that anger is stored in a very particular organ in your body. Does anybody know? Yeah, so it's your liver. So your liver is actually the kind of like the nesting place for anger. So Maya, do you want to share with us the point on your hand and your foot to help process, because we know how important our liver is, right? To help process anger.
So
I thought that was
your
really
liver is on your right hand, kind of where you can see where your line is. And it's like right there is your liver.
Is it where like the two lines kind of intersect? Like,
yep, you're on it. Yeah.
okay.
So you can do a single finger for a VitaFlex on that. Or you can do, you know, your whole hand, whichever is more comfortable for you.
And this is that rolling again?
Yep, the VitaFlex. You're gonna do pad, tip, nail, and then back pad, tip, nail. It does take some practice and it will feel a little weird doing it until you get that rolling going. But that is generally about 30 times also to get that full cycle. Again, you can use, there's a lot of different oils that you can use to give your body additional support. But yeah, that is the general point. And as far as
so interesting.
foot, it is also on your right side. It's your left foot.
And then we have Preeti asked a question. Is there a massaging point to help with chronic fatigue due to hypothyroidism?
There is, this is from one of the 12 morning massages, and your thyroids here. So in the morning, it's a very slow, kind of like a stroking of the neck. This also helps with any kind of phlegm or digestive. And I would work on, as far as for that area, I would work on your throat chakra and affirmations with that. Maybe Gina can share a little bit more with that, because that's probably more of her specialty as far as the chakras with that. But that's what's coming to my mind right now is focusing on affirmations. And you know, there's crystals that you can work on that are, you know, really good for your third chakra. and sending that healing energy to that area.
Mhm.
Sure. There are definitely oils for that, but I don't know any off the top of my head right now. I'd have to look that up.
Gianna asked, where do you put the oils? So if
The
you were,
VitaFlex.
yeah.
So you would put them on your fingertips. I would put the oil here, kind of gather it up, and then wherever I'm VitaFlexing, I would do it, put it on your fingertips and then roll it on your feet, on your hand, whatever VitaFlex point that you're working on.
Okay. And then Joanne, before we move to Reiki, Joanne had a really great question. With the cupping and the drumming here,
Yeah.
What does that do in your body?
Kind of like a celestial drum. It helps the rhythm of your nervous system. It helps realign your energetic system. It will help with your throat chakra because it's close to that. I know for me, it just kind of brings like my energy and everything back to center. Because you're really able to tune out everything around you. You're cupping your ears. You can hear your body system, that your nervous system that you can hear when you cup, and then you have the drum beat. So for me, it just helps bring everything
Kind of like
down.
a reset for for the nervous system. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do that. That's what I do when I put myself in timeout. Because I mean, I personally don't do timeout with my kids. I do my timeout, and that's when I need to just kind of recharge myself, let them do whatever they're doing, being crazy, and then I just either I go up in my room, or I'll lock myself in the bathroom, or I walk outside, and that is one of my timeout resets for me, because I can only control myself, and kids will be kids, and so it's like, okay, I need to make sure that I'm centered and I'm aligned and not reacting and speaking with love, which isn't always easy, especially when we're all here home all the time with each other. So really having a community like we are right now, connecting, really helps, I believe, keep me centered.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. Awesome. Thank you so much, Maya. We're going to move to Gina. She's going to share with us some Reiki, and we're going to do a little Reiki session so that you guys can, again, experience that calm feeling of being centered and secure and safe, right, in your bodies, and really a lot calmer.
Right. Thank you, Dawn. It's so nice to be here with everyone. Just a little bit about my background. I've been practicing Reiki for about 12 years now, and I originally started as a self journey. I was looking for another way to relieve a chronic stress on my body, which was psoriasis, and it was covered from head to toe. So in addition to the medicines that I was using, my body was in that chronic state of stress. So when I learned that I was able to control that stress by letting go and balancing, I was able to move forward into healing myself that way. So when you think about Reiki, Reiki is an energy. And I just want to take a few minutes to have us experience the energy around us. So we're going to be closing our eyes. And with our eyes closed, we're going to be taking our 3 deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Setting the intention of letting go, whatever that is. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Now with your eyes still closed, you want to sit as comfortable as possible, and you want to think about your feet being grounded. So what we're going to do is we're going to send tree roots deep down into Mother Earth. And you can breathe as often as you need to. I tend to breathe A nice big inhale, getting as much air into my lungs as possible. And when I breathe out, I'm imagining those roots plunging down into Mother Earth, hitting the center. And one more time. Now, Mother Earth's energy is so beautiful. So what you do to receive it is you set the intention that you're sending energy to Mother Earth, your thankfulness, your gratefulness. You're sending that down to Mother Earth with your right leg. And you can picture that as a waterfall. You can picture that as just energy trickling, whatever that happens to be. And you're receiving energy with your left leg. So you're creating a great big circle. And as that's happening, I'm sure there's sounds around you. Just recognize those sounds, identify them, but you don't have to label them. You're just hearing sounds. And again, you're setting the intention with your breath of letting go. Now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to notice some sensations in your body. Is your skin tingling? Are you outside? Is there a breeze? Just observing, just being present. You can put your hand on your heart. You can feel your own heartbeat. Again, you're observing and you're letting go. Finally, what I'd like you to identify is the hair on your head. Think of it as an antenna that's feeling the electrical energy in and around you. Just notice. And with your hand on your heart, and you can move it up towards your throat. We'll work on throat chakra as well, do heart and throat chakra. I'm going to be sending you Reiki energy. And for those of you who's new to Reiki energy, it may feel like a warm hug. It may feel like this deep relaxation. It may feel like nothing at all. Just know that it's working and just enjoy the process. Eventually, you may feel something, but it's okay if you don't. I'm going to turn on some music and I'm going to begin sending, and I'll remain quiet while I'm sending. If thoughts pop into your head, just put them in a cloud and let them float on by. For some of us, we need to focus on something. You can focus on your breathing, breathing in and breathing out. If you feel a sensation in your body that feels like it's stuck, just set an intention of letting it go. Breathing in and out. Just know that you're safe and you're loved and everything will be okay. In a few minutes, I'm going to stop sending. Doesn't mean that it's not still working. It will continue to work a couple of days after. You're going to continue to drink your water. But stay in the Reiki energies for as long as you need to, and then open your eyes when you're ready. And if there's water nearby, it's great to drink because it continues to flush out the toxins in your body. How's everybody feeling?
Lovely. Feeling very, very calm. Just in time to get lunch and everything ready for the kiddos. How's everyone else feeling?
Great. I love my Reiki.
Awesome. Awesome. Joanne, Preeti, Heather.
I really felt it in the beginning when you started with the roots. With it's before you even said let the the right foot be the one that's grounding and then the left one that's receiving. Before you even said that, my right foot, I could feel the energy and the tingling. And at first I was like, wait, is that an ant on me because I'm outside? But yeah, but it was definitely the energy quick coming in, which was really nice.
Good.
Awesome.
How you doing, Joanne?
I'm good. I don't want to bore anybody. I'm Gina's my Reiki instructor. So yeah, I've been having an issue with my left foot for a few days. So but I forget what that meant in that session. That's where it comes in, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Yep.
We'll work on it on Thursday.
Okay.
Oh, Gina's my hero.
Aw.
That's awesome.
And Susan, I see your picture here. I don't know your last name, right? There's two Susans. Is that correct? The one in the striped shirt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm Carol.
Carol. Okay, sorry.
Oh,
Have you experienced Reiki
okay.
before? Have you experienced Reiki before?
I have never
Okay.
on a Zoom call, but
Okay.
I've done it in person before. Yes, it's
Okay, great.
very moving for me.
Great.
Awesome. Well, ladies, thank you guys so much for joining us today. I want to be super respectful of your times. We're a little bit over. I just wanted to share with you, we realize more than ever right now the power of connection and the power of community. Because we are so isolated right now more than ever. Even when we didn't have this situation going on, we were still craving human connection. human connection in person, or even just being part of a community that with like-minded people. So even though we gave you guys lots of tools today, and hopefully you learned something that you can incorporate into your life and take with you, you know, as we end our call, we also really understand that even though we gave you information, it can be really hard to implement it on your own, or to so what I'm trying to say, make progress on your own, right? It's so much easier for us to make progress when we're together and when we are connected in some way to other people who are working on the same things, right? Living a better life, living a healthier life, and really taking power of their life and their health. So what I encourage you guys to do is to reach out to whoever invited you to the call today, and they can share with you a little bit more about the program that we started, the community that we started, where, you know, we're hoping to work with women and really help women feel connected and empowered during this time and beyond, you know, giving them tools to help them feel less stressed, to help them feel empowered in their health and in their life, as well as, you know, bringing tools to their family, but to also be part of a community of people who really care for you, who really support you, who want to see you exceed and excel in your life, and who are really with you through all of these challenges now, in the next coming months, and then, you know, in the new world, right? So just reach out to whoever invited you to the call. They can fill you in on some more details, maybe take you behind the scenes in the program, or let you know, how we are running the program and what's involved. Okay? And we are so thankful again that you guys are here with us today. I hope you're feeling calmer, more relaxed, and I hope that you learned something today that you can take with you in all your days to come to help you feel less stressed. So
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much
you.
for joining
Thank you,
us.
everyone.
Thanks, guys.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.